Hey, I'm Dan Walker with Shaler Subaru, and today we're going to talk about Subaru's paddle shift transmissions. But first, they are available on the automatic version of the BRZ as a 6-speed simulated transmission and as 8-speed simulated transmissions on the WRX, Legacy, Crosstrek, Outback, Forester, and the Ascent. Subaru's transmissions are designed to have high torque at low speeds for faster pickup, but yet be very fuel efficient at higher speeds. And if you noticed, I have park, reverse, neutral, and drive, like any standard transmission. However, I also have a manual mode. So how that would work is I would bring it all the way back to drive, and it's a regular automatic transmission. It functions like an automatic transmission. But for those people who would like to drive and have the fun and control of a manual transmission, you need just to push this to that side and you'll see the M lights up, so we are in manual mode. Along with that, you'll also see that we've changed gears up the top. Now, who would use the manual transmission mode? Anybody who just wants the fun of driving in manual, yet maybe has to get an automatic because it's all that's available, or else somebody else in the household can only drive automatic. Why would you use it other than that? I'll give you a good example. Let's say that we're up in New Hampshire coming down Mount Washington. Rather than use the brakes constantly and wear down the brakes, heat them up so that they don't work by the time you get to the bottom of the hill, you can bring it over into manual mode and you could shift to go slower using the transmission to hold back the car, saving your brakes and also bringing you down under control. So again, to enter the manual mode, I need push it to the side, the M will come on. From there, on the steering wheel, at the 3 o'clock position, I have the plus to shift up gear, and I have the negative at the 9 o'clock to shift down a gear. So if I shift from drive to manual, you will see the D change to a 1 for first gear. Now I can paddle shift up a gear, or I could paddle shift down a gear. And what you'll notice is that there's a little arrow on the side of that too telling me which direction I'm allowed to shift. We're gonna go up on the highway and we're doing it all in manual mode. So you'll notice we're in first gear and I'm gonna use the shifters to shift up into second gear. And let the RPMs go up to about 3,500. I'll shift it again to third gear and you can see the RPMs go down. Shift again into fourth. And again, this is 8 speeds. And at any time you want, so you know that you can't make a boo-boo and hurt this car, you can shift it back into drive and back into manual mode and you do not harm anything. And without touching the paddle shifters, I'm going to allow the car to slowly bring us down in gears until we come to a stop, and it should stop in either first or second gear. In drive mode, if I hit the upshift, it will do it, but then it'll jump right back out again, and sometimes it won't let me go at all because it doesn't want me to have a lack of torque. So it's always about downshifting, not upshifting if I'm in drive, okay? If I'm in manual mode, I have to shift. If I'm in drive mode, I actually don't have to. It will automatically shift back to drive so that I can't damage the car. I'm gonna downshift right now like I had a trailer behind me. Even though I'm in drive, I can use the Tiptronic transmission or the paddle shifters to control the car and bring it to a nice slow stop. Let's assume I'm going down that mountain with the trailer or boat behind me and I want to slow down and I don't want to use those brakes, or at least I want to do it with more control. So completely without using the brakes and only with downshifting from the drive automatic mode, I can bring the car all the way down almost to a stop. And it'll shift back to drive automatically for me. So to recap, using Subaru's paddle shifters allows you to have a lot more fun if you like the thing about driving a manual transmission. It also allows you a lot more safety if you're going to be coming down a hill, especially in treacherous conditions, or towing like a camper or a boat or something behind the car. The one thing you should note though is that if you are in that manual mode, it will use more fuel than in the automatic mode on our cars. So again, for paddle shifters, Dan Walker, Shaler Subaru, thanks for watching.